Lord, lift us up where we belong. Mm, 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 mm. So one thing that actually calls me here in front of you right now in this moment is just something that I just witnessed now that speaks a lot to me, speaks a lot to me, to my personal journey in this world. The need to be centered to the present moment, the importance of consciously choosing, and how that in the end renders you in a place, I can say in a place of surreal place where it's like out of space, out of this body, state of mind where you are in the body, yet you are someone not in the body. Do you understand my point? I've always felt like that anyway. You know, I am a human being. I feel emotions. I feel body reflexes. I feel everything, movement in me, in my head. I see everything, you know, my thoughts, my narrative stories, you know, how everything, I see everything. Yet, but also this part of me that is like here, now, and is like witnessing the whole dance that is basically taking place in me. So I actually witnessed this now. I mean, I feel like I've been witnessing it and observing it and experiencing how when you choose to be intentionally present into your life and do that for a longest time, and how it actually pays off. Like they say, you know, where the attention goes, the energy goes. That is a scientifically proven statement. So we're all about cause and effect. Now we're in an era where we embody cause and effect laws. We are living in it. Everything is actually in an order. So we are moving with intentions. We are living a purposeful life. We are being driven by our sense of authenticity. We are aware all of that requires us to be grounded in the now, which requires us to be mindful of our energy and how we project that into the moment, into the now. When we are facing life circumstances that may be triggering certain chemicals reaction in our body that might actually disturb our nervous system, which takes us out from the moment. So with this self-discovery journey and learning and about self and my structure, my mindset, my old patterns, my ways of saying, all these phases I've been going through in life until now, one thing that I've come to understand to realize is that I haven't been on a journey of being taught basically. Like literally, like my inner voice has been nothing but the guru in me. The inner voice in me has been nothing but the great master who is teaching me the art of living amazing life, beautiful life, truthful life, honest life. That's all I can tell from my journey. It's like every day, all that, if I look back to the oldest memory that I have and how, as a 4 years old, as a 4 year old, what actually I was taught then was to know my energy frequency, my authentic energy frequency, and at the same time know the other energies that tend to be triggered within me by what happens and what life grants me at the time. That's the thing that I've actually come to understand as a 4 year old, what actually was taught to me by my own inner guru, my own inner voice, was like to become aware of these energy frequencies master them, know them very well, how they come into the present life, into the surface, and the impacts they come with. Now we're talking about all that we're talking about is about your mindset, what happens in your mind, the battlefields of the mind. So what things that you deal with your mind. So know, be aware, study them very well. Basically, that's what I feel my inner voice guru has been teaching me all the time, true life experience. And you know what is amazing? I feel like the life encounters that I've had all along in my path were all orderly given to me to serve a purpose, which is to make me realize the importance of me going through them. You know, I was given these kinds of life experience not out of vain. You know, life just doesn't do things out of nowhere. Everything has a purpose to say, a role to play. And I needed to realize that, I needed to grasp that, and I needed to be able to see it and experience, like, when actually these things happen, there's a meaning to it. There is a meaning to each one of them. And I needed to learn how to navigate them. But meanwhile, I am focusing myself on navigate. I also have to have intentions. You know, if I choose to navigate my life circumstances in a certain way, what is behind my intentions of navigating that way? What sort of motives? You know, am I just ego driven? Or am I just, choosing this because it's for the highest good? Highest good includes everything. So when you talk about everything, I know most people tend to go think about the next person. Well, where we're coming from, if you work with your mind very well, and you work with your mind, like you use everything that life gives to you, grants to you on your doorstep on a daily basis, like literally, if you're a wife, you use it with your husband, you use it with your in-laws, you use it with your kids, your household ways of doing things. If you were a girlfriend, if you were a husband, if you were a friend, like you will actually learn to understand that there is nothing in this world that is given to you by life for nothing. You will say that. Anyway, coming back to my journey, one thing that I've learned is the importance of staying in my own lane, in standing in my own truth, being grounded in my own true essence of being, which is my energy frequency, because everything is energy. You see me, this is nothing. This is just energy. But depending on the lens you are using to understand that, if you can be in that position of reading through the lens of energy and laws and principle, then you're able to understand what I'm talking about. But if your mindset is stemming from a dimension where it sees things as from the surface value, like seeing things from the naked eye point of seeing, then of course it might be challenging for you to grasp what I'm talking about right now. But that's not the case. The case is about me coming here and sharing my own discoveries about myself, about life, and what is important. And what is important for me that I've finally come to understand. Jesus Christ. It's this energy frequency. Like to finally master that. Like to finally come to a place where you've mastered your own energy. Like you've mastered yourself. You've mastered what it calls to be in a human consciousness. And you don't have to, brag about it and make other people feel small. One thing I'm also learning is like it's actually your path. Like I'm doing now. It's my path. I'm being bold now to speak openly, calmly, and authentically with myself, and not feeling moved and shaken by any insecurities, because I know what's up. When I didn't know, then I used to be so concerned about many things. That's because I was using a different lens of seeing life, especially when you come from a state of ego, where you have to preserve, where you have to protect, where you have to make sure that you're safe and secure to survive. That's an ego, and that is normal and natural. I've been there. I've just surpassed that state of seeing things, and that is okay. But when you elevate it to see things beyond the naked eyes, from the spiritual eye, when you see things from a state of psychologically, not just seeing things with your feelings, when you can surpass even the state of feelings and emotion and see them for what they are and the role they play and the importance they play, then you've come to know yourself. You've come to know yourself. It takes knowing yourself to know yourself. It takes being in that position of not knowing yourself in order to know yourself. Just like it takes a sense of being insecure to finally feel secured. There is no way you can feel secured in yourself, in your own skin, in your own energy, and be able to hold the energy of authenticity, your birthright, your star-like energy, without wavering when life comes to you, without first having gone through that muddy, murky, dark ocean of dark hour of the soul, where you have to learn how you were formed and how things come to be. There is no way you're going to feel secured, because every time a shadow comes in, you would miss it. You would actually misunderstood it. That is a shadow. You misunderstood it and you think it's a reality. Meanwhile, that is not reality. You see, what helps with us going through the muddy, dark ocean of the soul, of a dark hour of the soul, you learn the basics. And then when the shadows come, you are able now to relax in your own energy. Because what is making you not relax in your own energy, and what makes you not relax with other people's energy, is because you are reflecting what's going on inside your energy, which is instability. You lack the power, the ability to hold, ground your energy. You understand? If you don't know how to regulate your energy, your nervous system, whenever you're triggered by something, if your energy get moves by every scenario that comes in, and you just so hype, whether it's positive or negative, your energy is not for nor against anything. Your energy is not about, oh, it makes me feel happy, so therefore, oh, it's making me angry, I said, therefore I don't want to see them, I don't want to be with them. That is your ego. You are more than that. You are more than what you are feeling, what you are thinking, what you are sensing. Just because someone is triggering some kind of a vibe in you that you're not happy with it, it doesn't necessarily makes it them being on the being them, what do you call them? It doesn't necessarily make them an enemy. In fact, from a higher self state of saying, what triggers you and makes you feel uncomfortable is the opportunity to lean even closer, to breathe in and be there for yourself, through thick and thin, through dark and light. It's an opportunity. But when we are coming from an ego, we are one-sided. We only see things from black and white. We want to feel safe. We want to feel good. We want to choose something that's going to make us feel good. That doesn't have any kind of a virtuous way of seeing things. There's nothing wrong about that. It's allowed. It happens for a purpose. There's laws and principles that actually condone that kind of a behaving, approaching in life for certain human beings. It's normal. We've all been there. There's nothing new in this world. Nothing is new in this world. We are meant to evolve. We are meant to grow. We are meant to expand one way or another. That is part and parcel of our making. And I am grateful to see growth in my own life path in a way that is beyond measure. Today I can be myself. I can put my heart on a sleeve or wear my heart on a sleeve. I can be my authentic self with no fear of whatsoever, no doubt, no questioning. I own my energy. I can stand and be myself regardless. Fear is something that has been enlightened in our state of mind. Now we understand why even fear is there, what makes fear comes. You understand? We know it's not a monster, a dark monster that we have to run away from, that we have to hide, that we have to dismiss, that we have to pretend that we're not even feeling. We know we feel it. It's normal and natural to feel it, but doesn't mean that it has to dominate it so that we make choices that are influenced by fear. We understand that? We understand that. That's why we can be bold and brave and courageous and stand on our truth, what we feel, what we said, because we know what we know. Because we've been there. We've done the work. We've sat with our own shadows. We looked into our own shadows, skeletons. We open our heart and receive the challenging times openly because we wanted to know more what it's like to be on the other side. So, today I was, like witnessing how, amazing too. Because I'm always inspired by that in me. That always tells me like there's more into life. There's more. My inner voice always tells me since I was a child, like there's more into life than what. Because one thing my ego used to is like, it used to like to attach itself to a certain thing that it makes it feel good, and then it will tend to reject things that makes it feel bad. So I always find myself in between. That's why I always had this kind of a discomfort when it comes to interacting with others and stuff like that, relationship. It all begins in my head. So once, I went through this self-discovery journey, I have learned now what were the cause of that, certain patterns that I was unconsciously choosing, and how now that I have understood that part, I am free from reacting to life in that way, free from stressing, free from having to I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he's thinking compared to where I come from. That was not even thinking. I think now I have an authentic thinking pattern, whereas before it was like your mind will be flooded with a lot of thoughts and you just don't even know how to get, and I think that is normal and natural phase that we all go through within the human consciousness evolution. So that serves as I said earlier on, there is no way you're going to get to the sense of security, a secure state of mind, without first having been in the state of insecurity. Hence, I'm very big on advocating about insecurity, because you need to own your sense of being insecure. Know it, name it, own it, claim it, because it is true knowing and naming it and claiming it that you are able to elevate to the secured state. There's no other way. Give it a name, name it. This, I'm being insecure. This makes me feel insecure. When a certain being or certain thing, when things go in this way, I feel a sense of being insecure. The more you name it, you claim it, the more you are releasing yourself from that kind of bondage, that kind of energy that tend to overwhelm you, and in the end put in a position of making decisions and choices that are influenced that kind of being insecure energy. So if you want a stability, it all begins with you being aware of yourself and how you show up in this world. What sort of energy is behind your actions and decision? Your motives are very important. Are they being fueled by fear-based mentality or victim mentality or need to survive, a need to be right, a need to create some kind of... Are you aware of them? Are you there? Are you present? Can you see your thoughts floating in your head? Can you step back and just see them, witness, hold space for everything? When you get frustrated by something and you see the changes that takes place in your mind, are you there? So that's one thing that has happened to me. I've had to learn. My inner voice like, learn this, master this tense, master this, because in the long run, this is going to save you. And because I prioritize and appreciate a clear mind, I had to go through that journey. I prioritize having a sound mind, clarity, sense of being present and connection. Connection is my love language. And by force, I have to learn that. If I want to have that connection with the sense of self and with everyone and everything that happens around me, I need to study the ways of being in a disconnected state of mind and how it all comes together, how it feels to be disconnected and how it feels to be connected. I needed to be able to make the difference, to differentiate these two. Now I'm connected. I can speak like this with ease and grace. I can feel my gut is open, my energy from my tummy. I speak from my tummy. It's beautiful not to feel like your energy being, clustered by a lot of dense energy. Not that I'm saying you should run away from it. I've been there. No. It comes to this state of purity like this as a result of doing the work. Constantly choosing, consciously choosing, willingly to be there for yourself, to love yourself through everything instead of running away, escaping life that is given to you to serve a purpose. So I'm going to leave it here. Love and light. Bye.